guys.
All right, guys, we're here on Monday to do a doubleheader. We're starting off with a Patreon request. This patron right here, I can't read. The thing just popped out. The patron asked us to check out a band that we've never done on the channel, by the way. The name of the song is Shattering Swords, and I started with the name of the song because that's an easier one to go with. The name of the band is, I'm going to go with SuidAkrA. SuidAkrA. You don't think so?
No, I think I'm just losing sight because I can't even see the word fully.
Because some letters are bigger and some letters are smaller. Anyways, these guys have a new album coming out this month, I believe. Or it came out already. So something along those lines. Anyways, apparently we're guilty of not checking out this band earlier. So we're trying to...
been guilty of that before.
And we'll continue to be guilty of that as we move forward. But we're trying to right some wrongs. So this patron asked us to check out this song, Shattering Swords, and we're here to check out this song from this band. Apparently it's a band that we should love and that we should watch, and that after we watch and hear it, we're going to be in love with them because they fall in our wheelhouse of pleasures. Oh. So I didn't check them on Metal Encyclopedia, but because I kind of want to
be surprised.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right. So, I mean, the patron wasn't wrong as far as this song falling into my wheelhouse of pleasures.
Yeah.
But what did you think of this track? What did you think of the style of the band? What did you think of the track?
They had a very folky vibe to them.
I was going to say a very Insomnium vibe to them.
Yeah.
You know?
It's actually a perfect band to
compare it
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that way. It became more noticeable. Tell me if you agree. It became more noticeable after that part where the female soldier comes in and starts talking and whatever. The riff that comes after that is a little bit more folky. And then the song becomes more folky from that point on. The first portion of the song was almost more of a straight melodeath track, and then it became more folky after that point. So it's like almost a song that has two different dynamics. There's the first part has a heavier dynamic, and then the second part has a more folky dynamic. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
I just felt that way. But as I'm listening to it, I'm getting like flashbacks of Insomnium. That's the kind of the vibe that I got.
getting flashbacks to the Insomnium show in Finland.
That was an epic show. That was an epic show. I mean, certain bands, you have to watch them in their home country. You get a different vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially with Mikael Salo around us. He was going nuts.
Yeah, he was going nuts. But he goes nuts on a regular basis. I mean, like, you know, it's Mikael Salo. Anyways, let's not talk about that guy. We give him enough plugs as it is. Seriously, I'm gonna start charging royalties to that guy. This band. Okay, so let's break it down. We already established the fact that it has a little bit of an Insomnium vibe, specifically the second half of the song versus the first half of the song. There's a couple of things I want to talk to you about. Let's start with the vocals. What did you think of the vocals?
The vocals perfect, especially in the start where it was more melodeath. It was perfect, and not only was it good in the melodeath parts, but kind of putting over to the more folky parts, it still stayed really solid.
I really like, for this specific style of band, for this specific music, I really like this style of vocals, which is almost like a raspy, harsh vocals. Yeah. It's not completely harsh to the point where you don't understand what they're saying. It has a little raspiness to it. You still understand what the vocalist is saying. They're not clean, but they're not like overly done to the point.
A lot of bands use the
Insomnium, Pete from Insomnium, Winter Sun as well. There's a lot of bands that use this stuff. FNMer is the same kind of style. I like that. You can still understand a little bit of what they're saying, but it's not clean. It's kind of like an in between. It's almost like I'm kind of pregnant kind of thing, you know. So I like that, and it works
good.
You
could be kind of pregnant.
I know. I'm contradicting myself, but it works for specifically. I don't think it works across the board for everybody. It works for bands that have this kind of like melodeath, folky. Some of them even going into symphonic, like FNMer and Winterson. I think it works with those kind of bands. I don't think it works for everybody. I cannot see Wolfheart with this kind of vocals. It would be like,
I just can't see Thomas.
No, I don't think it would work. But I like it when you mix that style of vocals with that style of music together. I like it. Yeah. You know, it just gives enough. It just gives enough heaviness to the vocal style and to the vocal delivery. I like it. One other thing I wanted to talk about is the guitar solo. Because in my opinion, it's definitely one of the highlights of the track. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Well, what did you think of the solo overall? I really liked it.
Yeah, me too. It was a nice solo. It was nice. How can I say? It was perfect in the folky parts of the song.
Yeah, I thought the solo gave the song more melody, not necessarily more heaviness.
No.
Because I don't think the song really needed heaviness. But
once it went into the folky part, it started getting lighter, and I think it
needed more melody. Yeah, so I felt the solo really did that for the song. It was a little bit over the top, it was a little bit extended, it wasn't really short. But to me, the solo just gave the song melody.
Because the heaviness was coming from the vocals already.
Definitely. The heaviness was coming more from the vocal. The first part of the song is heavier than the second part of the song. But I really like the solo because the solo then kind of merges into that second part that's more folky. Therefore, you kind of could really use that extra melody.
Yeah.
So the solo kind of comes in as that melody boost to that portion of the song. I really like this track. I'm not surprised that our patrons have been telling us to check out this band. I really like it. I like this style. I like this kind of band. So, and there's nothing to really to complain about. I like the vocals. I like the solo. I like the melody. I like the difference in that. When you look at the song in those two parts that we're talking about, the change is very subtle. They use that dialogue between the two soldiers, between the female soldier, to kind of break the song, then move it into the more folkiness. So you don't notice the switch between the heavier and to the more folky. It's kind of really nicely done that way. So I really like that as well. It was kind of intelligent to move it that way. So there's not like an abrupt cut
it kind
into
of
the song.
It's smooth.
It kind of smoothed itself in with that dialogue. It was almost like the dialogue worked as a bridge into that portion of the song. All right, guys, this is it for right now, but there's another video coming right after. So don't go anywhere, all right? Just keep clicking refresh, and the other video will pop up. All right, see you guys.
See ya.